Bloop. I'm back. I didn't talk to anybody about doing this before doing it, and I haven't been able to do this because of my depression and anxiety, addiction, just self-hatred, nihilism. I guess I like use that word a bit when I describe what stopped me from evaluating myself kindly, I guess. Um. Anyway, this is Deadcity Serpents with Nick Perot, 2006. After a couple years of shows, we released it ourselves with the help of Glenn Ronald, who donated some money and energy and resources to do shirts and printing. We printed our own CDs, and the graphic was completely covered the disc with this dark blue. And I was just getting used to using air drying ink, basically with catalyst that hardens it and changes the composition of it. And new to the whole thing, but the deposit was so thick because it was just like blacking out like a bare CD, except for the top part. Some of you might have that one, but you can see it's puddled and thick like a drip on the CD. Like not just a drip, but like a really poorly painted rough like wall with the pattern of the roller kind of on it. Anyway, halfway through the printing process there or so, I was like, this isn't working. They're getting muddier. It's starting to affect, like, I could clean the back of the screen, but like this humongous puddle of blue and then just the text of the CD, it wasn't working. Like it was so much ink on there, and it taking forever to dry. It looked dumb because it was that messy pattern I was telling you about. And so I taped off the graphic except for like one solid line underneath the text, Deadcity Serpents Zombie Threat. And like I think I'm not sure about the printing on that one. I am sure. So we originally were like coming up with a name, and I think I came up with the logo almost first, just before we even chose the name, because I was working night shift, making stencils into graffiti and stenciling and making my own stuff and making stuff for my friends and that. So maybe we'd have come with the name, and we're thinking about a lot of the garage bands names and bands like the revival of those of like that sound, with bands like Murder City Devils is a good example, or the Black Halos, or the whoever else there is. So anyway, then there was kind of a wave really suddenly of bands starting up with that kind of like a city and a place and an animal, and I was like, fuck that shit. So we squashed Dead City together to more represent like as one word to represent pretty much everywhere. And serpents, and it ended up, I liked it because my birthday's in August, and eight's like an infinity symbol, and eight's also the 8-ball, and like I didn't know why 8-balls were trendy pop art in the 90s. I know now, but with the magic 8-ball and obviously drugs, the weight measurement and drugs for an eighth, 3.5 grams, but like, anyway, I wrote it by my name because I was in eighth month, and there's no reason I can like a number, etc. And so we squashed it together, Deadcity Serpents, Zombie Threat, and for the layout and design of that album. And we went from there, moving forward from there, we tried to keep it 8 letters, Dead City one word, Serpents obviously one word. And funny enough, I found some lyrics, like the way lyrics were written. because I couldn't I couldn't write my own lyrics. Like, I couldn't think. Let's just put it that way. I couldn't write. I can listen to me. I have to listen to like these blasted recordings, and like from the garage, and I'd have to try to write, and like, which I could obviously write lyrics, and I like love poetry and I love writing, but you know, I couldn't keep up with the fucking band. They're so fast, and like the music and the thinking, like you can't just like, it was so hard to like pause and keep the wave, you know, keep the vibe or the zone or whatever. And so I had a really hard time. Oh, this is actually the description of the my first kind of like, not first, but probably like my summary of the group band, the band name meaning. Band name meaning. Oh, here I wrote it twice. Oh no, it's just 2 pages. But anyway, Old Avenue Flyer. From before my time, but definitely became my time. Johnny's time, and then Johnny Empire's time, booking, and then when I left, I actually made sure they hired him back on, because if anyone can throw successful shows and treat people right, at the time, I believe it was Johnny Empire. So there's the lyrics to Fight, the first ones, which I can't believe is our single on college radio in Edmonton and Kamloops or wherever else. With the recipe for the zombie threat, and the rest. That's the recipe for the city sewer. I love olives; they're kind of my guilty pleasure, and my wife hates them. And so, anyway, I like salty things, pickle juice and olive juice, and I don't like shit, but I was gonna say that. Anyway, see me, hear me, touch me, get me. Anyway, this is just, I'd write just the things down, and then, like, freestyle, and here's the SoCan Facts zine someone gave us that we never, ever fucking looked at. I don't know. Maybe somebody did, but I didn't. Anyway, here's the Zombie Threat EP. It's enough of that. Just looking through my file folder, DCS. See, I abbreviate it DCS. Which is funny, that's like DC Shoe Company uses that, and like I kind of like thought the idea of spoofing a brand and rebrand like was fun and would be cool for us, and it kind of was. And even in the logo itself, it's still DCS, like D and a C on the other side and an S in the middle. But you know, that's the, what is it called, a creative license? Yeah, we're artists. Like, we're artists. Our life, we're works of art, and so are you. So is your life, and some life is abstract, or art is abstract. Some art is minimalist, and etc. It goes on, and so will you. And let's see what the order of the EP actually was. So Fight's first, and this is what happened. Give me a beer, fucking couple hours of sleep. Buck, let's go. Well, that's punk rock for you. Satire intact and definitely included. Hopefully, we're not some Nazis' fucking favorite group somewhere, but I guess that's a risk you take making music as pointed as this. Are you ready? See what you left me. There to argue for the fucking name. That guy. Long brown hair. This sexy hips. Let me walk on the baby. You I got me. Or maybe that's the scat part that I didn't record on the new album. But I figured we could do it live next time, everyone. Something about having a guitar player learn and play bass. Nat made that sacrifice from the very beginning and never really looked back. And we have the coolest bass sound, in my opinion. Still my favorite band. Amen. Well, you know the drill. There's no point in arguing with perfect fucking me. I don't know if you can hear the difference yet between the vibe of the rough mixes on the first day, or of my first day at least. Back with Nick Koza of 2006 when we recorded Zombie Threat. But yeah, these are the takes, and was the final release. If it didn't finish that story about the fucking printing, so he taped off half the printing, or more than half, this big blob of ink that would have, and it covered half the CD. So anyway, if we ruined your car stereo because they weren't top loading, they're like, you insert them, right? And So even Nat's boss called and was like, the fucking CD stuck in the fucking thing, dude. And we're like, oh shit. And I was like, that's why. That's one reason. Like in my subconscious, I'm certain I was thinking these are thick. Like this is a bad thick deposit. So I think with the EP release at Econo Lodge, we probably gave away like 9, like I don't know the numbers, 75 to 100 of them. I thought maybe there was, I think maybe we gave away like 40 or so of the ones that were shitty and that had the potential to ruin your stereo or get stuck, overheat, etc. And so yeah, if we ruin your shit, I guess I'm doing a couple years of recovery and prevention here, and making amends as part of that. So fuck, don't screw me over here. All right, ready? Close that fucking door. You're not going anywhere. Just before the drop, I was just gonna say the references in the last song, like thin red lips and or whatever, depends what I said, but like the brown hair and this and that, it was kind of like I just finished reading like a book about the Rolling Stones, the beginning of their careers, and then like Aerosmith kind of sort of emulating them, ripping them off like a lot of their style to be a band in the States that was so much alike to the Rolling Stones. And so like I always think of like Steven Tyler, I think that's his name anyway, from Aerosmith, that with like the scar, like with the like very thin red lips and the just sex appeal apparently to like, I mean, I guess I'd hit that. You know what I mean? Not like I'm married, I wouldn't, but like, sure, I get it, but like, the song is about someone that thinks obviously that they're right and that they're better than others and perfect all the time, and that doesn't make sense when there isn't, when people don't comply or whatever because they know better, or they should, or everyone should know better because they're always right. So anyway, that's not about Aerosmith in particular, but like when I was like conjuring up this image of who this person that's so beautiful and always right, perfect in their, maybe in their debauchery, or oh, that's a fail, maybe, you know what I mean, in their look or aesthetic or their rationale. Anyway, I was thinking of Steven Tyler just or Aerosmith stealing their look and sound from the Rolling Stones. So let's put that back on. It's Lifetime Crime. I did freestyle rap over it, kind of like insano delivery, lots of scat and this and that in the live shows, and didn't really write the lyrics or have a song lyrically for a long time. It definitely wasn't something I did. I used it as a chance to use the bathroom during the middle of a show, or get drinks for everyone, or at least drinks for myself. And I just leave the stage and the band would play. So anyway, thanks everyone. Thanks for humoring me and like helping me get through my various phases of self-discovery unscathed, or relatively unscathed. Deadcity's for the children. So I guess, yeah, there's 6 beers, and then there's 5 actual tracks on the EP, I believe. So it worked out.